Your statement from Azimio Moja One Kenya is going to be read to you by Honorable Munya. Karibu.
Yes, good afternoon. I'll read the statement. Our stand on talks to resolve crisis. Yesterday, Kenya Kwanza released a one-sided statement signed by Honorable Kimani Ichung'wah that they claimed to incorporate our views. We disowned the statement by Honorable Ichung'wah, as Azimio had nothing to do with it. Its contents were those of Kenya Kwanza, their wish list. We wish to clarify as follows. 1, we remain committed to dialogue and a peaceful resolution of the social, economic, and political problems the country is currently witnessing and that threaten the lives of millions of our citizens. 2, in that spirit, we sanctioned a meeting between our leadership and that of Kenya Kwanza under the facilitation of His Excellency Olusegun Obasanjo. 3, this initial meeting was to prepare ground for honest discussions of the issues we have been raising and those that Kenya Kwanza feels like raising. The meeting was therefore a talk about envisioned talks. 4, we take this early opportunity to thank His Excellency Obasanjo for offering himself as a senior son of Africa and a global diplomat to oversee a peaceful resolution to the crisis here in our country. 5, we take note that Kenya Kwanza is trying to deny His Excellency Obasanjo's presence and leadership of the talks. That would be a very unfortunate development indeed. It points to Kenya Kwanza now institutionalizing the culture of deceit and taking it to the global stage. They denied the presence of President Suluhu here a few weeks ago, and now they want to deny the presence of His Excellency Obasanjo. Number 6, while we remain committed to dialogue with Kenya Kwanza for a speedy and sustainable resolution to the country's problems, our issues have not changed. Our priority for discussion is the escalating cost of living, which has only got worse with the lifting of the conservatory order on the 2023 Finance Act last week. We want to see actions by the regime that will lead to the immediate lowering of cost of living. It is our position that this issue does not require any discussion, but policy or action by the Kenya Kwanza government. But since they won't do it, lowering the cost of living has to be part of the talks. Negotiations must therefore include the repeal of the oppressive, cruel, and insensitive Finance Act 2023. Under Article 43, it is the responsibility of the state to guarantee access to basic needs. 15, we appeal to the Kenyans to continue extending support to families of the victims of police brutality. The response has been encouraging. 16, In addition to the account number previously given, people can channel contributions through paybill number 880100. Account number 4488460011 for Kenya shillings and 4488460027 for US dollars. Account name, Citizens Emergency Fund. Thank you very much.
Questions? It appears they are reading from President William Ruto's memoranda that was sent to Moses Wetangula. There's something they're talking about, creating the office of the Leader of Opposition. So, in terms of oversight, how strong is this oversight office when it's getting the money from the exchequer?
We have made it very clear those are their issues. Those are their issues. So you can ask them what they want to do with those issues. We have raised ours today. Their issues are their issues. Thank you very much.
Peter Munya, one final question, Honorable. This is Abdikadir from Citizen. You have disowned the Kenya Kwanza statement, which largely outlines what they want addressed in the talks. And clearly then it's from the onset, it seems like the talks are already freezed before they even start. Then what's the point? And all of you are members of the country's political establishment, so are members of the other part. Then what's the point of even hinting at talks when you clearly have well-documented differences and there are Kenyans who are looking at you with bated breath over where the country is, deep systemic corruption, patronage, and failure by state officials to address what their problems are. And you, the politicians, taking the Kenyan people as a punching bag.
First of all, talks are only talks because they are disagreements. Otherwise, if you don't have any disagreements, what would you be talking about? So clearly there are fundamental disagreements that need to be ironed out between us and Kenya Kwanza. And the difference between our issues and theirs is the issues are affecting the people, and especially the issue of the cost of living that is escalating every day is the bottom line. That is the starting point. If there is no discussion on the issue of the cost of living and the bungling of elections by IEBC, I don't see, or we don't see as a team, what other issues we can discuss.
And one final
So that is where we start. The point of departure is
okay.
cost of living. How do we collaborate? How do we work together to lower the cost of living so that Kenyans can have hope and can start living better lives than they're living today?
One final question. We were here in 2007. It took the intervention of Kofi Annan the late and the international community to forestall a country that was on the abyss. I mean, here's Obasanjo again. Why do we need a foreign intervention or from another entity, yet we have provisions in one of the most elaborate constitutional frameworks to address our problems? Isn't this not, I mean, an egg on the face of the country's political establishment for lacking commitment to address political stability issue after every electoral cycle? Why do we need Obasanjo? Why?
Impunity by the regime.
I think you understand the problem is a trust deficit that has been shown by the Kenya Kwanza government, that when you discuss something, the next day the goalpost keeps moving. So you require a respected outsider who can be able to give some guarantee in terms of what was said and what was discussed, because you can see some party that is wants to keep manipulating the process. So, and I don't think there is any problem with our constitution. Our constitution does not outlaw involvement of mediators in discussions. So I don't get where you are getting that idea that because we have a constitution that has been there for a long time, mediators are not required in a dialogue process where there is a fundamental disagreement between parties in a country.
We are solving civil wars elsewhere. And
We are not,
instability.
and discussion, a meeting is not a civil war.
Why not address small issues like what you have raised?
These issues are heavy, where citizens' rights are being trampled on and the citizens are being killed, brutalized by police forces that we pay for. Cannot be small issues. With a lot of respect to you. Thank you very much.
That's okay.